We should be rolling. Alright, chat. I don't know how I really want to go with this video, but we're gonna get real authentic. Boom. We're on like an 8-9 day losing streak, something like that. And honestly, bro, I am pretty bummed. Like, we've been learning trading, we've been taking the steps, but I also find myself slacking in some departments. I try to better them over time. For example, recently, I don't know if y'all seen the last vid, but we blew a funded account. And yeah, I know this is canon, this is a part of the learning process, but you can't help but feel like, you know, all else is going wrong. It feels like the work that you're putting in isn't reaping any benefits. Now, maybe it's because I'm too focused on monetary goals, or maybe it's just like a current passing thing, you know. Honestly, I know I won't quit. I know I'll continue forward. Just be days like this that separate you from others. Be days like this that you gotta take that extra step to become better. And honestly, I'm really just making these videos to document my journey and then give y'all like the real world psychology behind it, and then along with my live trades, showing y'all where I'm messing up. Now, today I took another $500 loss, 1% risk on a 50K eval this time because we blew the regular funded. And I'm not bummed because what I thought the market was gonna do happened. It's just I had my stop loss too tight. But that's also because I was focusing my risk. Didn't want to risk more than 500. Now, obviously I'm proud of the strategy playing out. Then I also journal my trade and document it. This is my first ever trade journal, and that's where I'm improving at. But you can't help but feel like, dang, am I doing enough? Am I taking the steps necessary? Or is it just another path I'm wasting my time on? Honestly, I've been focusing routine though, just building these little bricks to eventually, you know, have something to show for it. And I know there's gonna be rough times. I know there's gonna be moments where it's like, fuck, what do I do? And then over time, it's hard to understand where you're lacking at. Sorry, somebody's calling. Now, honestly, I know I'm talking a little low, so I wanna raise my voice a little bit. So the plan is from now on is to journal every single live trade that I take, along with focusing risk management and understanding my strategy more deeply. I plan on researching a lot more, recording more, and then also back testing every single day. I noticed that when I passed the 50K eval, I stopped back testing, which is where I failed at completely. As well as not setting a routine exactly. So yes, I get up early for market at 7 a.m. But it's more like I'm focused on other things. I check my TikTok, I check where my Instagram is doing, then I scroll a little bit, which is not healthy. And then I'm sitting in my room looking at my computer for a little bit. I'm looking at the market, I'm charting up a little bit. But realistically, I'm wasting an hour of time that I could put somewhere else. You know, building that routine outside of trading. Now, I do this around work, and then also other things along with going to the gym consistently. And then we're trying to get more into reading and then journaling overall. So I journal my day already, but I noticed I slacked in journaling my trades. So now, as we continue to journal my trades, I can see where I'm messing up at, where I need to improve. And that's where we're at right now. I just made this because just wanted to show y'all the real thing, how it can take a toll on your mentality, and where you have to just grow, you have to keep going. There's no small wins. People I look up to, such as Brad Scales, TJR, PB Trading, Quan, DDG, all these names strike deeply because I see the growth. I've seen these guys come from nothing. And I know I'm only 18, but I can't help but feel behind. You see all your friends, you see everybody else going to college, and then you choose a trajectory that is least traveled on. And a really good quote I would like to relate to this is Mark Twain, the two roads. He says, 2 roads diverged. I took the one least traveled by. And that has made all the difference. And this, as well as other things, pushes me to keep continuing forward. I have a family to provide for, people who are looking towards me for answers. So I strive to be better every day. Now, that quote does hit deep because I am taking a road least traveled by. You see everybody around you going to college, taking the regular route. And I'm doing something that is so unknown to people around me, to the point where it's like everybody's laughing at it. Nobody really believes too much in it. And maybe they'll say a few words here and there, but it's like through the hard times, nobody's there. They like a few stories. They say you got it in a sarcastic way, but then they disappear. They look at you like you're crazy, or since you're not going to school, people have a different outlook on you because you're not bettering and furthering your education. I know this is just the beginning. Eventually, I'll find a group that teaches me more, that actually is following a trajectory that I'm following, and then accept me for who I am. But you can't help but feel down. So I've started isolating myself, started locking in, trading more, changing my mentality overall, getting into reading, and I'm all over the place with this video. But this is just another entry on how I'm feeling throughout this process. Sometimes I like to come back and look at these videos and like see where I've grown. I can't knock how far trading has brought me with the less than 2 months I've been trading. We're probably coming up on 2 months in a day or two. But yeah, like my habits have completely changed. I used to play the game all the time. Didn't really know where I wanted to go. Of course I know I want to do YouTube, but it's like I didn't know where I would start off at. And it's always hard posting YouTube videos, especially when you see all these other people with fast cars and all these things that you don't have yet. So I got into day trading from actually my sibling. Me and him been sticking out through it. Both going through a rut right now, but we're continuing pushing forward now. But the growth has been immense. I've made my first $1,000 day. I can say that. I've also took profits, and it's brought me closer to a goal I have, as well as lost profits. I think I've said this, but I flipped 1K into 3K, and then lost it all. Then I turned 2,500 into 4,700, or basically $5,000. And we took that out. I didn't get too greedy with that. I just took my profits overall. And that was a smart move. But I'm understanding more of risk management. I'm learning to pass these evals, and I'm just in a rut right now, trying to find any way to get out. I've also feel like I've been slacking on the YouTube, so I want to bring more attention to you guys, especially with the amount of free time I have. Maybe at least 1 or 2 videos a week. Maybe if I can knock out 2 a week, I'll be good. I've been doing TikTok and IG every day. But just taking that extra step to move closer to the goals. I feel like it's building the little bricks over time, as I said earlier. But I think that's entry for August 25th, 2025. This is where I'm at currently. I want to plan on making one of these like every week, or these are aside. This is just the psychology of the week. I want to do another one of like what trades I took, and going over my journal every week, as well as I'm gonna keep doing live recaps every day. Some days I may take a trade, some days I won't. Just focusing the YouTube more. Like I have a vlog channel besides this, but honestly, like I don't have too much to vlog. As a starting day trader who also works factory 12-hour shifts, you don't have too much that you do on your off days. I'm kind of in a state where I'm stacking and then trying to work with prop firms to get what I want. I'm in that space where I got to keep my head down, but I'm also going to continue to show y'all the journey on here, because the vlog channel, eventually I want to get deeper into that. Personally right now, I see where I lack at is I hate editing, bro. Like editing is not something I would do. I look at this as a business, and eventually I'll get an editor, but I'm all over the place right now. This is supposed to be a trading video. So yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it short here. That's how this week's been going. That's where my mental state is at. I will continue to better myself. And yeah, stay tuned for the live recap tomorrow. And I'm out. Peace.